The continued discussion and debate about rising tuition fees, because there's a bit of action going on at the University of East Anglia today. Wally Webb is there for us this morning, and Wally, the students at the UEA have come up with an interesting way of showing their displeasure about possible tuition fee rises.
Yes, it certainly is a different way of demonstrating your point. We're not actually at the university, we're at some student digs just in the city at the moment, because this is where the item that we're referring to is being stored at present. It is in fact a coffin, and it's been made out of hardwood and a timber frame, and it's the right size and dimensions of a real coffin. You would mistake it for the real thing. Liam McCafferty's with me, who's a student officer at the union, and a few other students, including the one who's going to go in it as well. What's going to happen today, Liam?
Well, basically, as part of sort of the National Day of Action against the post cuts and rising tuition fees, we're basically going to hold a vigil for the death of higher education, and we're going to obviously, have candles and sort of hold a bit of a sort of ceremony for to really symbolise the impact we think these cuts are going to have on the education system. And obviously we're going to deliver the coffin to the registry and really sort of send obviously a message to the university that we don't want these cuts, but also to Simon Wright that he needs to get that we want him to keep his pledge to vote against higher tuition fees.
So it's going to be confined to the university campus, and you're not going to be parading it in public?
No, definitely we'll be on campus all day.
Yeah. We've got Guy Wilson here. Guy, was it easy to make? How did you go about it?
We bought the supplies in town and sort of knocked it up in a few days. It's, I think it reflects sort of the need that we have in this campaign to get creative and sort of, keep the media's attention, and it's with sort of publicity stunts like this that we can sort of carry on the momentum of the campaign.
And are you expecting a lot of people to take part?
Certainly on campus, yeah. It should sort of, perhaps raise a few eyebrows and get a few students involved. Definitely, yeah. I think we are.
If I turn to Adam Hoffmeister, you've even got a sinister kind of name, really, if you think about it, Adam. You've got your black suit on and white shirt and black tie. You're going to be lying in the coffin, are you?
Only for a small amount of time, not the whole day. It gets kind of cramped in there. It's it's just sort of it's an attention grab, It'll make people talk about it. They'll be wondering why there's a coffin in the square, and we'll be explaining anyway, as we already have. But it's a different method of letting people know about the whole situation.
Yeah, I can understand that, but it is a bit macabre, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we're students, and that sort of thing happens.
Okay. And Liam, of course, let me just ask you, what will happen if your view of higher tuition fees are introduced at the UEA?
Well, in terms of, I think if students don't take action and lecturers don't take action against this, then I think they will be introduced at UEA, and then I guess that all we can really do, and what we are doing, is we're going to constantly push Simon Wright to vote against tuition fee pledge, and we'll also do more activity like this, hold demonstrations, hold all sorts of activity until we can sort of put pressure to have these unfair rises in tuition fees and education cuts reversed.
Right, are the worst losers not necessarily yourself, but the people who are coming up behind you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, people who are in further education now, 16, 17-year-olds, are going to be effectively forced out of education, priced out of education. It's going to come, once again, a privilege instead of a right.
Yeah, absolutely. This is sort of the marketisation of education. You'll have sort of different courses at different prices. People will choose sort of the cheaper course because, they won't have the money for it, and they'll have a huge debt anyway, and it's getting bigger and bigger. It's a real issue. It's a real problem.
All right, well, this is due to take place at round about midday on the UEA campus today, Chris. And as I say, it's going to stir some reaction, isn't it?
Sounds like it. Wally, thanks very much. Wally Webb with a group of students who go to the UEA, joining us on BBC Radio Norfolk this morning. The latest on Norfolk's roads, live from Norfolk Traffic Control.